Thanks a lot for staying with us. We're actually cutting across to Paris, where the Prime Minister is holding some meetings with prominent personalities in the capital city of France. Remember, this is the Prime Minister's second and final day in France. He's also met the global CEO of Chanel, Mrs. Leena Nair. He has said, and this is on tweet, "It's always a delight to meet a person of Indian origin who has made a mark at the world stage. We had a great conversation about ways to further boost skill development among artisans to make khadi more popular." So this is the global CEO of Chanel meeting the Prime Minister. He's also met Charlotte Chopin, who began practicing yoga at the age of 50. She's going to turn 100 soon, but her passion towards yoga and fitness has only increased over the years. So these are just some of the top personalities in France meeting the Prime Minister in Paris. Let me also go across to my colleague Sanjay Suri, who's tracking the Prime Minister's visit. Sanjay Suri, who more are meeting the Prime Minister?
Well, these are a number of people who are prominent in different spheres of life there. These are not necessarily political heavyweights, and that is not the aim. And the aim really is to exercise influence in a soft way. It's a form of soft power, if you like, where you have people who are prominent in different spheres of life, particularly areas like yoga, which have, of course, a strong Indian origin connection. And the aim clearly is to bat for India and to project India as a society with a rich culture, a rich tradition, and that these traditions are both political and cultural. And, of course, these are underlined by business ties. So this is unlike the political meetings on the agenda, unlike also the CEO forum that is due to get underway shortly. This is a set of meetings to exercise a degree of influence, if you might want to call it PR, if you like, to build up a good image for India.
Yes, as far as his meeting with Leena Nair is concerned, the global CEO of Chanel, which of course in the world of fashion needs no introduction, he has talked about promoting the use of khadi, for example. So, this is what the Prime Minister does, Sanjay. He always tries to, get something from India to be represented on the global stage. And khadi is something he has promoted over the years.
Yes, and khadi is not just now, not any longer something that is associated with Gandhi and his ways, or with the Swadeshi movement in India under the British colonial rule. This is now becoming trendy. Increasingly, you do get stores opening up in London, in Paris, across Europe, that are exclusively khadi stores. So the real way to sell it is not to promote its moral value or its economic value in the sense that small is beautiful, but to make it trendy. And to the extent that you have exclusive designers and people very much in demand who are inclined to use khadi as the material for their design, this is something that the Prime Minister certainly would be very keen to promote, and it's something that he's doing.
Yes, and these meetings with global CEOs, business leaders is also a feature of his international visits, Sanjay. He obviously interacts with the Indian diaspora in any country he goes to, but he also seeks to meet a lot of business leaders from various walks of life.
Well, that reason is a particularly acute one in France. We have, of course, the Rafale deal. We had one already, another seems imminent. Submarine deals seem imminent, and all these are high-profile and high-value deals, and these are of immense strategic importance. But trade between India and France is relatively low. It is the fifth ranking in all of Europe, and is believed to be about half or even slightly less than half of the trade that Indian companies do with German companies. So clearly there's a long way to go, and there's a gap there. And this is intended to encourage trade and business. It is only when you have a considerable level of trade and a considerable level of investment between the two countries going both ways that economic ties become firm and have a more continuing basis and a continuing promise because one-off deals may be spectacular, but they're not enough to sustain an ongoing relationship
Yes.
in an economically textured way.
Yes. I leave it at that, Sanjay. Thanks a lot for joining us. The Prime Minister meeting some various personalities from various walks of life, but he does have more meetings lined up with CEOs as far as his France visit is concerned. On that note, time for me to take your leave. My colleague Anand is joining you with the right stand.